Good morning, students. Hello and welcome to Avyan IAS Academy. Today we'll be taking up one more part from our basic grammar, that's idioms. Idioms are, as we can see, that idioms are a usage which is particular to a language. Idiomatic senses, they can be used in all languages. They are generally used to modify a language. They are used to make the language better, and of course, they are used to make the language more colloquial. Whenever we are trying to say something, if we add and put certain idioms along with it, that would make our sentences a lot more near to a colloquial English. I mean, that's what our native speakers use a lot. So in English language, what we are doing is generally verbs are followed by prepositions would acquire an idiomatic sense. So today we'll look up at a few idioms which you can use in your everyday life. So the first thing will be backed up. Backed up means supported. For example, if you say his claims was backed up by his friends. The next one that we will look at is blow over, which means pass off. If we are saying that the present troubles will soon blow over, which means that the present troubles which we are having will soon pass by. Then next we'll do is bear out, which means to substantiate. For example, when we say that the criminal failed to bear out evidences of his, or the convict, no, better we say that the convict failed out to bear out evidences of his innocence. That is, the person who was accused could not produce enough evidence to say that he was not guilty. Then we can talk about building hopes upon. Like hopes upon is relying. So whenever we say do not build your hopes upon your friend's word. For example, that means that we should not rely completely on, or you should not completely rely on your friend's word. That could lead to something very disappointing. Next could be cleared up. That's explained. If we say my friend took great pains or pleasures, whatever, to clear up the misunderstanding between me and him. So that was cleared between both of us by a friend. Next we can look at is closed with, which means accepted. For example, when we say he closed with the offer the company offered him, which means that he accepted the offer that the company was giving him. Another we can take up is dispose of, which means to sell. For example, if you say that he chose to dispose of the car at a 10% depreciated cost of his original value, which means that the person decided to sell off the car at a 10% lesser price than what he bought the car. Then if you say eaten away, means corroded. If you say the rust has eaten away the metal, which means the rust has destroyed or eaten away the metal. Next one, if we say fixed upon, which means closed, which means that they have fixed upon him to do the job. For example, that is, he has been chosen, or he has been the person who has been assigned with this responsibility. Next could be when we say growing upon, which means getting hold of. when we say that the habit of tobacco has been growing upon him stronger than ever, which means that he is being more and more addicted to taking tobacco. Next could be longed for, which means wished for. If we say during her long illness, she often longed for death, which means she during her long illness, she often wished for her death. So that's like the death wish that she had. Then next one would be hit upon. It means to thought of or devised. Where we can say that during the discussion, the team hit upon a brilliant idea. Next, we can do stuck with, which means fixated with. That is when we say that she has liked the entrepreneur, or she has liked the idea so much that they are really stuck with they're really stuck with to make this into business, which means they're fixated upon the idea. They have liked the idea so much that they don't want to move away from that. Stuck with could also be used in a negative sense, which means that she's so stuck with her past trauma that she cannot move forward, which means she's so bowed down by the past traumas that she cannot move forward. So stuck with could be used in a negative sense as well. Next could be shake off. Shake off would mean get rid of, which means if you want to say, he tried to shake off his old friends as soon as he gained fortune. That is, the person tries to get away from his old company as soon as he is fortunate enough. Next could be sticking out for. Means holding on to. Which means that she is sticking out for, when we say that she is sticking out for her friends, which means that the particular person is holding out to the friend's idea. Next one would be train up. Is to educate. If you say train up your children to do well in their future, which means educate your children to do well in the future. Next could be bumped upon, which means met by chance. For example, if you say, I have been out for a while, and while I suddenly bumped upon my old friend. That is, there was no possibility of meeting my old friend. However, I suddenly got a chance to meet them. Next could be well off, which means to do well in life financially. That is, his position is well off than what it was a few years ago, which means that he is doing quite well for himself, at least in the financial sectors, when you consider his present life. Now, if we take specifically the word bear, we'll look at a few idioms using the word bear. We were doing this in a random order. However, now we can try looking at them in a bit of alphabetical order. So, bear we'll use the word bear. Bear could say bear. We can be using different forms of verb for this. The difference of the tenses. Bear wouldn't always be used as bear. It could be used as bore and a number of others. So the first would be bore away. That's like one. That is, Satish bore away all the prizes, which means Satish won all the prizes. The next would be bear down. Means to put down. The leader would be able to bear down all the charges against him. That is, he would be able to put down all the charges against him. Next would be bear out. Bear out, I think we did. Yeah, bear out would be to confirm. So the next one which we could do is to bear up. Which means to keep up. It means that bear up with the circumstances which are there. Next we could say bear with, which also means something in the similar lines. It means to put up with. If we say please bear with me till the end of the show, which means that please stay with me or please have the patience to listen to me till the end of the show. Next we could talk about other forms of bear. You all can get, try listening. There are a number of even YouTube lectures which could give you fair idea. Just as we are making this YouTube lecture, you can just try looking. If you all have a problem looking at this, you all can try looking down at the comment section where you can get these in the written formats, so that we'll just make a file to help you in order to get to the ideas of this, because the sentences were being said orally. So if you want to actually use this, we can try and make a list of the comprehensive idioms which are using here, so that in a way that it can be useful for you when you want to use it later on. Next we could say bear with also means to have patience with. Bear could also mean, bear up could also mean support. Which means please, where the sentence could be, his friends helped him to bear up his present circumstances, which means that in his present day of circumstances, his friends helped him to sail through the situation. So these are a number of uses of the number of idioms which we did. I think we did more than around 30 idioms, which will of course be put down for you in the comment section below. So if you all want to refer to this, kindly refer to the comment section where these will be given to you in written formats. So that's all for today. Thank you and have a great day.